Hello, 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 everybody. It's your girl Ashley, the amateur expert, coming to you live today. There is an airplane going over my head right now, so if you hear that, my apologies. I am excited for today's show and today's guest. She is our first guest that is from the continent of Africa. We are global, baby, so I am super excited. Given is in the room, so we're going to get her added. Hello, everyone who is joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If this is your first time tuning in, the concept of the show, I will talk to Given about her career path, her idea of success, and the tips and motivators that she used along the way. Given is here. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I am well. I'm so excited to be doing this with you today.
Me too, me too. I'm also going international for me.
Right, this is perfect.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm super, super, super excited to have you on. And so we can get started. Given, if you
Yeah,
can, please introduce yourself to tell us who
okay.
you are and what you do
hmm
currently for work.
Okay, my name is Given Majula, and by profession, I'm a chartered accountant. I work at Tiger Animal Feeds in accounting, obviously. I have, I think, about 7 to 8 years of accounting experience. That's what I do full time. And on the side, which is most of the time, I'm also the CEO of YourHairGoals Zambia, which initially started out as a store supplying natural hair care products on the Zambian market. But I have also expanded into doing product reviews, hair education, and all the other fun things around hair care.
I love it. And so when you were a
Yeah.
little girl,
Mm-hmm.
what was your idea of success? I'm sorry, what did you
Uh-huh.
want to be when you grew up,
Okay.
and why?
Uh-huh. Okay, so I didn't know what I wanted to be, but my dad was a chartered accountant as well, and he
Mm,
kept saying to us, accountants don't do this or accountants don't do that. So naturally for me, I knew that I was going to be an accountant. Like I wanted to be an accountant. I wanted to be like my daddy. So
mm.
that's everything that I envisioned for myself anyway. So yeah, that's what I thought as a little girl. Well, I
And
am
then
an accountant, but
and so that's great that you followed in his footsteps. So what
Mhm.
did that look like in regards to success? What did success look like to you when you were a little girl?
Okay, I think for me as a little girl, and I think for most Zambian families, success means being able to provide. So it means being able to pay your basic bills. Do you have a roof over your head? Do you have food? Do you have a car? Can you pay your children's bills? It was more about the financial aspects and less about what your passion is, how happy you are, and all of the other emotional and mental stability that you need to
Sure.
have to survive. Yeah, it had nothing to do with that. It was just about the money. So yeah,
That's
that's
fine.
what
Hey.
success was. Yeah.
Um, and so as you journeyed along your career,
hmm
as you said, you stayed in accounting,
hmm
or you became an accountant.
Yeah.
What, how did you pivot into entrepreneurship? Like, what did that look like for you?
Okay. So for me, what started to happen is I worked in consulting, which is more auditing, forensic audits, internal audits, external audits, due diligence, and I realized that I wasn't getting satisfied
Mhm.
from just doing the accounting side of work, and I tried so many different things, even within KPMG. I tried to expand, but there was just something missing.
Mhm.
It wasn't so much about career elevation or about the money, but it was just there was just like this missing puzzle piece.
For sure.
And so after when I got engaged, I started to do a lot of creative stuff for my wedding, which made me realize, this is something I could potentially, like I started feeling driven to create.
Mhm.
And it led me to start to try to discover what I'm passionate about.
Okay.
And that's basically how I started the idea of Your Hair Goals Zambia as well. I wasn't always very good to my hair, but it was always an area I was always exploring, trying different hairstyles and different products. So yeah, I think that's where that wedding process kind of woke up the creative side of me. Yeah.
And so how did you decide that you wanted to make it a business and not
Uh-huh.
just a hobby?
Okay, so it was gonna be a hobby, and then I purchased a bunch of products for myself, and people kept asking me like, "Where did you buy that? Where did you buy that? Oh, you should sell that." And I was like, "Oh, okay, maybe I can turn this into a business." And so I kind of accidentally found myself um, in this business, but yeah, I feel like I also started to surround myself with people that were passionate about their hair,
Mhm.
and yeah, that kind of helped me grow my business.
Found your tribe. That's awesome.
Yeah, I found
Um,
my tribe.
so what is your idea of success today?
Okay, so being in this business or in this industry, the hair care industry, I've learned that you have to find some sort of passion or happiness in what you're doing every day. So, of course, I enjoy accounting, but I feel like it also comes naturally to me. So I don't have to put in a lot of effort. But for me, success is doing something that you're passionate about, that you're good at, and actually enjoying yourself. So if I'm making money and I'm enjoying myself, and the other aspects of my life are also balanced, what are my relationships looking like? My family life, my marriage life, my friendships, my spiritual life, my emotional life. And being in business kind of explores all those, it pulls at all those different strings, which I didn't really know before. Like when I was just working, it was just like, okay, my work life. It wasn't really taking away from my other aspects of my life. So I didn't realize that success is actually finding a balance. But having work
Mm.
and my business kind of made me realize that, okay, I need to pay attention to my spiritual life as well, my mental health, so I think success for me is finding a good balance.
I love that. Because
Yeah.
I think that's so important.
Hmm.
It's interesting how you stumbled upon it, right? But
Yeah.
thank God that you did.
Hmm.
And so what are some of the tips and motivators that you've used along your
Hmm.
career path?
Okay, I think for me, both in work and in my business, consistency, you
Mm,
can't be hot today and cold tomorrow.
so true.
You need to stay consistent. You need to, when you commit to something, you need to do exactly what you committed to doing.
Yes.
Um, another thing, yeah. Otherwise, I mean, I feel like even in anything, even in a relationship, if you can't do the things that you commit to, you can't grow. You will
No,
always
that's
be
so true.
stagnant.
That is so true.
Another thing that's uh, you said tips and motivators. So
Yeah.
another thing that's kept me motivated as well is um, looking at what other people in the hair care industry are doing as well, and learning from people who have gone before and ahead. And that's the reason why I started to read as well on, for instance, we're talking about Madam CJ Walker on the last call
Mm,
that we had where we met. So what did Madam CJ Walker do? What is Monique Rodriguez doing? What is Janelle Stevens doing? Learning from people who have gone ahead, so to say. And that has kind of helped me stay motivated and just keep pushing forward because somebody has done it,
yes.
so you can do it too. So that has helped me stay motivated. Another tip I will give is to really invest in your business when you start
Mm.
out. It's not going to be a money maker for at least 3 years. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know anybody that's making money in 2 years.
3 years.
Yeah, you have to really invest in your marketing. You have to
No, you're right.
invest in, sometimes you're going to make losses on some of the products that you're selling. Sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice your sleep. So I think the biggest tip I would give is just be ready to invest for the first 3 years of your business. If you're not willing to invest, I don't think you can get the desired results. I have seen a lot of people who've started natural hair care salons, natural hair care type businesses in the last 2 years, and they've fallen off in less than 6 months to a year because they were not willing to keep pushing and putting in. I don't know when the investment stops. I mean, maybe it's 5 years. When I get there, I'll know. But I truly believe that you have to keep pouring into yourself to keep growing.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. So someone had
Yeah.
asked, what are some tips that you can give on being consistent? How do you
Hmm.
how do you enforce that rule for yourself or that
Okay,
practice?
I think for me, I've been journaling my journey a lot. Like in the
Mhm.
last, maybe I would say year, I make sure that at the start of every month, I set my goals. I set what I want to achieve. I put dates in my diary. I have to do this by this date, and I try to journal at the end of every week what I've done, what I haven't done, and that kind of keeps me in check. You
Mhm.
also need to have like a tribe, like you said, people
Yeah.
that keep you on course. Because there's times when even myself, like I start going to work late, like I'm at work at 8:10 instead of 8.
Right.
And sometimes you need to have people. My husband checks me, he's like, you're taking your job for granted. You need to.
Mm,
So you need to have people in your tribe that also keep
that's
you
really good.
going. They're like yeah, they're like your teacher. They make sure that you're on point. And I think you always need people in your tribe that can keep you consistent as well.
Accountability partners are so
Yeah.
important to your success.
Yeah.
Thank you
So,
for
so
saying that.
important. Yeah.
What's something that you've learned or you're still in the process of learning that you wish you had learned
Mhm.
sooner?
I think for me, it's been managing customers, like social media, and also just client communication.
Mm,
Working in consulting, we had a lot of interaction with clients, but because you're an auditor, they naturally respect you. So there's this thing like auditors should be respected. So your clients respect you. The way they interact with you is they see you as a professional.
right.
Whereas in the in the beauty industry,
Uh-huh.
a lot of the clients um, they take the piss, and there's not a lot of respect. There's not a lot of respect. There's just poor respect, poor communication, and I wish that I knew this going in, because I was naturally expecting people to respect me
Right.
and respect my business, my time. And I think just learning how to manage both the good and the not so great clients, and how not to make losses, um, because my business is not on a website, so people don't pay cash up front. I'm doing deliveries and then I'm collecting cash. So I wish I knew then that I would have to learn how to really manage clients to manage this business effectively. Yeah.
That's a really good point. And I think because like you said, your business depends on them, right? So it's
Hmm.
having established relationships or good relationships with them because they'll be your PR,
Hmm.
like positive or negative. They're your marketing. So
Agreed.
you have to,
Agreed.
find that balance. Rushul's just joined us,
Mhm.
and you won,
Hey,
you won
Rachel.
our giveaway.
Yeah.
So hey, Mecca, how are you? Um, so this is super amazing. So tell me, do you plan on taking your store online, or
Hmm.
what are some of the um, business things that you've sort of
Hmm.
struggled with, or what are some things you're
Hmm.
excited about
Hmm.
coming up?
Okay, so I think one of the things I was the most excited about, but COVID stopped. I
Mm,
was on a mission, traveling the world to experience hair and hair care culture and learning about hair in different countries. And yeah, COVID like stopped me in my tracks, but that's something that I still want to do.
okay.
So I think I will continue to invest in learning different perspectives on hair, on products, on people's experiences. That's something that's coming up. And I think I've attended a lot of the fun stuff, but I think I also need to invest in the science stuff. So I'm starting to do literature reviews with a lady. Her name is Dr. Crystal,
Mhm.
and she's based in the US as well. So I'm going to start learning about the science of hair care, so that I can, provide a more advanced service when I'm doing consultations with my clients. And so it's
Okay.
not just, there's a word we use, kankrin kankram, when
Okay.
I'm discussing with clients. Like it's not just gibberish. I'm
Yes.
speaking from a place, from facts, from scientific facts anyway. So that's something that I'm definitely looking forward to. What was the other question?
Some
Oh,
of
do
the
I
things you
plan on taking my
struggled.
business?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Do you plan on taking your business
Yeah,
online,
I
and then we'll
do
go
plan
with the
on taking
struggle.
my business online. I actually started working on a website, but we have a couple of glitches here, such as connecting your bank account to the website. I
Okay.
struggled with that. I still don't know how to do that. And also, I think I need to just figure out my warehouse and stock management, because with COVID, it's kind of slowing down all my orders.
For
So
sure.
sometimes I have stock and sometimes I don't. So I think I need to get to a good place with my stock management before I can take it online. And also just figuring out what the um, implications are on my bank account, taxes, all of that. I think currently all the regulations that we have in Zambia work against small businesses.
Okay.
And yeah, that kind of puts us in a position where we can't take our businesses online, or if we do, we are taxed this and this amount and all of that. So yeah, those are some of the setbacks. But I am looking to doing that soon. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
How is it working or making connections with
Hmm.
retailers or um, podcasters or people who are in
Hmm.
the hair care industry in the US?
Hmm. Okay, I think it's been a bit of both. I think most of the black-owned brands are more open to expanding into Africa. I mean, I think Africa is probably going to be the biggest market for hair care, because this is where most of the black population is anyway. So I think a lot of the brands have been open to expanding into Africa, but I guess they also have limitations with taxes and law. So there is a bit of it will be a bit slow, but they are quite open to moving into Africa from the US. From the UK, I think most UK based brands are focused on growing within Europe.
Okay.
Maybe now with Brexit, they will be trying to expand beyond just Europe into Africa and consider all of that. But I think with the US, it's been really good. And also some of the Zambian natural hair care brands. I have considered stocking Yandi Essentials. That's
Okay.
one of the brands that I know has got good quality. They're consistent, and I have a good relationship with the brand owner. So yeah, I will also stock some of our own local Zambian brands soon. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so you and I connected months
Hmm.
ago
Hmm.
on a webinar that Monique had done from Mielle.
Hmm.
And so I'm super
Hmm.
thankful for her for hosting that, and that brought us
Yeah.
together. Um, I want to give you this opportunity
Hmm.
to plug and share what you have coming up,
Hmm.
how people can get in contact with you,
Hmm.
um, and what you offer, because there's some people who
Hmm.
are on now that weren't on earlier.
Hmm.
So just sort of
Yeah.
give us a brief overview of
Okay.
how people can get in touch with you, what they can
Hmm.
get in touch with you for, and all that fun stuff.
Hmm. Okay, so you can get in touch with me on my Instagram page, YourHairGoals_Zambia, or my personal page, Mrs. Majula. And I supply natural hair care products. Most of the products I supply are international brands, so it doesn't have to be a big international brand. It could be Rituals. This is me lobbying for Rituals. Yeah, but I'm trying to bring to the Zambian market brands that we haven't previously had access to at the most affordable price I can possibly bring it at.
For sure.
I'm also offering consultations with a group of two other ladies. So we offer hair consultations for our clients. And now I'm expanding also into hair education. So I'm going to have my first natural hair masterclass sometime this year, maybe
Yeah.
December or November. Yeah, and we're going to have a lot of fun things. I'm looking to collaborate with any other businesses in the beauty industry in Zambia as well, foreign owned uh, beauty brands. If you want me to do a showcase of your brand, I'm open to doing that at my natural hair masterclass. I always go for Mielle because it's what I use. I'm familiar with the brand, and that's why
Mhm.
even at my last event, we used the rice water collection in discussing winter hair care. But yeah, so that's basically me, and that's what you can look forward to. Yeah, I'm seeing some people cheering me on in the comments.
Yes, and
Iwata.
then someone said to check out Mulos on YouTube and how to connect your website to your bank.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, sure. I will definitely do that.
Um,
Yeah.
so this was awesome. We are coming to
Mm-hmm.
the end of the
Yes.
episode.
Yeah.
And so I'm the amateur expert and I claim to know a little bit about a lot. So if
Mm-hmm.
you could please share with me a random fact tidbit of
Mm-hmm.
information,
Mm-hmm.
or, you know, your favorite quote or
Mm-hmm.
scripture, whatever you like.
Okay. So, I'll share with you my most important lesson in the last 2 years.
Perfect.
And that is that people do business with people that they think they like. So,
Hmm.
what I would say is that if people seem to like your persona, they can connect with you. You're somebody that they think they would like. Like, Ashlee, she seems like she can be my friend. She can be my Instagram friend. They will most likely do business with you. Um, when your business is just corporate and okay, it's just a podcast and people can't really connect with who you truly are or parts of you, not all of the aspects of you, but some of the aspects of you, I think they will be less inclined to doing
Hmm.
business with you. So that's been my biggest tip. And that's also been what I have used personally. That's how I've connected with many businesses, even with Mielle. Like I'm just drawn to the ethics of the business owner, the people that work for the business. And that's my number one tip to you.
That was perfect. And
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashlee, for having me.
This was beautiful.
Hmm.
And I'm going to connect with you some more
Hmm.
off screen,
Hmm.
because I'm working on a project and I want you to be a part of it. So
Thank
thank you
you.
everyone for joining us today. This was an
Thank you,
awesome
everyone, for
episode.
joining
This is
us.
our first international, this Canada doesn't count,
Yeah.
right? It's our first international.
Well, it kind of does, but it's your neighbor, so.
Okay, fine. Our first our first show, with a guest from Africa. So,
Yeah.
Zambia, thank you so much for, well,
Yeah.
Given in Zambia, thank you so much for joining
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
And yeah, you guys have a great day, and we will.
Yeah.
Right. So I was telling people before that we need to stop and smile, but the comments are on the screen, so I'll call you back and we'll handle that. So
Yeah.
thank you, everyone. Have a good day, and we will talk soon.
All right, sure. Thank you. Bye, Ashlee.
Bye.